So we're going on, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're here with, one of our entrepreneur sisters, Jessica Lewis. Now, I'm going to talk to her a little bit about what she has going on. It's very interesting, and some of you may be very interested in hear, what she's doing. So, Miss Jessica, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Jessica, just for, your background just a little bit, tell people, kind of like where you're from and how you grew up.
Well, I am born and raised from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I currently live in Georgia, where we are building residential and commercial structures out of shipping containers. And I love what I do. Growing up, I've always been a green person. So I'm the crazy one that's recycling. I'm the one that's always telling people don't throw stuff out the window. Let's not litter. Clean up after yourself. Be kind to Mother Earth. And so I started my company 3 years ago where we build green structures using shipping containers, much like the shipping container or Legos that we used to play with as children. I now get to play with those as an adult. So I'm really excited to be able to build magnificent things out of these rectangular structures.
So how did you get into, building homes out of shipping containers? I've heard of people doing that, but, what was the process of that happening?
Well, I originated on the West Coast being a project manager, and I enjoy working with my past employers, but I'm a social entrepreneur. So I'm very big on the things that I'm doing have to have a social impact. And so I respectfully left them and told them, hey, I need to move on and do something else with myself. And so I left and started my company. And we've been moving and grooving ever since.
So when you initially told them, you know what, I'm done, I got to go do something else, did you feel kind of nervous doing it, or you feel like it's the right time?
It's the right time. I think this is my purpose. And so when you finally find your purpose and that's what God placed you on earth for, you can't ignore that. And I think that's a number one challenge that a lot of entrepreneurs have. They get scary when God is trying to push them in their purpose and they don't run for it, in the right direction, which is towards their purpose. And so for me, I just embraced it and started it.
Okay, so you left your company that you work with. It definitely was a comfort zone for you. Now you get into entrepreneurship where everything is on you, literally. And when entrepreneurship, you literally is working 7 days a week, possibly, correct?
Yeah, every day. Even when I don't want to, even when I'm sick, no one cares.
Right. It's true. It is true. So, yeah. But how you feel as an entrepreneur working for yourself, you can have your hair the way you have it now without worrying about them looking at you funny about your hair and anything else. How do you feel being an entrepreneur versus working? Did you work for them folks 9 times out of 10?
I've been an entrepreneur for 18 years. And yes, during that whole 18 years, I always felt like someone else's job was priority and it was my safeguard versus putting all my energy into myself. So yes, to I guess describe what you just mentioned. Yeah, I always worked for somebody else. I always thought that they should be priority and I should be secondary, more like my business was a backup versus the other way around.
Right. So now basically you're free, you working, you set your own schedule, even though you're working 7 days a week, literally. Well, you're still setting your own schedule. Now, the beauty of that is if you feel like you need to take a week off or 2 weeks off, you can do that without having to say, well, can I have some days off?
Just roll out. Just turn the phone off and keep it moving. One of the best things that I felt I've experienced, and 3 years ago is when I actually quit my full-time job and went into business full-time for myself. So I finally bet on myself. And honestly, I just challenge more people to do it. I feel like it will bring more opportunities to you. I feel like sometimes when we talk about purpose, if you aren't in your purpose and you're straddling the fence, you'll find that you're not getting as many blessings. But the minute you choose a side and bet on yourself, the blessings just flow in with no problem.
So the container homes themselves. So do they come in like different, of course, like homes, they come in different sizes, but the container home. So what is like maybe the smallest to the largest in square footage that you offer people?
The smallest is 320 square feet. And that's a 40-foot container. So if you're driving down the street, you see them big tractor trailer with the big boxes, that's about a 40-footer. So if it's the full length of the back of that truck, that's a 40-footer. But we can make them as large as you want. We won't go smaller than that unless it's needed. And that one size can be a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. All of our structures are custom made, and we do both residential and commercial. So you can dream it up, we can make it for you.
Okay, so what is the difference in price, let's say, with a container home versus your standard average home? Like, say, how much money are you saving with a container home?
It depends. I always tell people your finishes ultimately cost. So if you want a bunch of high-end stuff, those are things we can't save cost on. So, if you fancy, if you like fancy stuff, those are things you can't get any cheaper than what the market value is. But if people transition out of the traditional construction world and move toward green, they'll find that you'll have similar quality and the cost savings is there. So really, I try to transition my customer from traditional mindset to green construction mindset because they can save a lot of money if they're just open to new materials.
But on those homes, like for instance, like how does it work with insulation? Because since that's I don't know what kind of metal it is made out of. Maybe you can tell me. But how would that work with insulation? Because metal can get real hot and cold very quick.
Well, we use a product called Smart Steel on the inside. So Smart Steel has R49 value insulation in it. So what that means is, one, that insulation value is the highest out in the market. You cannot purchase it at Lowe's or Home Depot, where a lot of traditional builders go to buy their materials. But more importantly, this product actually allows for the heat to be kept during the winter months and the coolness to be kept during the summer months. So you will cycle your HVAC system less, meaning let's say for a traditional home, it cycles on and off however many times in an hour. It will be a quarter of the amount of time that it does for a green constructed home. So if it's going off 20 times in an hour, it's only going to maybe go off 3 to 5 times, if that, in 2 hours. So that material and that insulation is a much higher level that people will never be able to buy in a store. So your house is actually cooler and warmer than others, and it costs you less, and you're saving on energy.
Okay, so if a person not trying to do high end everything, like they're not trying to look, I need marble and I need all that. If they just like something standard, what would be like the average cost of a standard container home?
It depends on the size, but let's just say $100 per square foot. So if somebody wants a 1,200 square foot home, it'd be around $120,000. And that would include all their finishes, the full installation of their house, including all the utility installation, everything. And that's fully constructed on site of their land.
Okay, and you also, just because some people may have this question, like some people may say, "Look, I got some land in Ghana," and do you also do work overseas as well?
Yes, we actually are a registered business in Ghana. It's Mobile Megamint Enterprises, and we have land in Prom Prom. So very familiar with that particular country, and we love it there. And we definitely can help across seas. We just need to know location, and we can gather more information from there.
All right, so that means, brothers and sisters, you get your land. If you want a container home, well, our sister Jessica is the one you need to talk to get you going. But I also saw that you definitely are having a clothing line on your website. I saw as well.
Yep, I have a clothing line. It's an Africa-inspired clothing line using pure Ghanaian silks and fabrics and other textiles from across the continent. And everything is African inspired. It's all custom made, designed to the body, because we know everybody is different. So yes.
Okay, so when was the first time you went to Ghana?
Oh, it's been almost 2 years now. My original visit was back in 2019. We went during the year of return for my nonprofit organization. We held a women's conference there. So I was there for weeks, and I was able to go and love on Ghana and experience the entire culture of the continent and just really embrace what was of Africa. I enjoyed every bit of it so much that I got the business registered there. I purchased some land there, and now y'all are stuck with me and my company.
And I know the brothers and sisters was happy to hear that.
Yes.
All right, so so you got your clothing line. You definitely connected to the continent. And see, this is what I try to tell brothers and sisters: is get a line to the continent, and you can get things from the continent. You can help provide jobs over there, and then you can connect these things back to Black America.
Yeah.
And let's call it what it is. If you try to go ask white people to try to get access to that, they make it hard for you. You know that they make it very hard for you, or you may not even get the access at all.
That's true. And I tell people, when you get connected to Africa, you're getting connected to your ancestry. And Black people, I guess, from whatever reason or another, they see whatever they see on TV and they think that's all that Africa has to offer. But I actually challenge more people to go there and experience it for yourself. When I went there, I was on a spiritual journey outside of me being there for business. I wanted to find a way to break some ancestral habits that were terrible, that was actually being passed on. And if I didn't go there to ask for guidance from the tribe there, I'm thinking that I wouldn't be where I'm at now. I felt like it was some kind of bondage release for my family. So I definitely encourage you, if you haven't been to Africa, go visit and experience it for yourself. Don't hear from somebody hearsay or even watch what you see on TV. Go there and experience it. And I can tell you, it changed my life. I came back more invigorated than ever. I felt like I could take over the world, seeing all these brown people and Black people just doing so many great things there. And now I'm a part of that. I really felt more connected.
Yeah, and that's the same. I've been so far twice. I went to Ethiopia in 2018 and Kenya in 2019. And when I first got to Ethiopia, like you said, spiritual. I didn't really go for a spiritual journey, but when I got there, I literally felt in my spirit, like this is home. This is where you belong. And I've never felt that before, except in my personal home, right? But everywhere I was going, I felt like I was home. And so I know exactly what you're saying. I went there. It's like my mental health and all that trauma just kind of got released in a lot of ways, especially what I do. I'm always looking at the deaths of Black people, discrimination on Black people, all the things that happen to Black people. It really can affect your mental health watching that constantly.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like I got recharged, and I came back and said, okay, I'm ready to come on back and get back in the fight.
Definitely. It definitely makes you feel like a warrior. The souls of the ancestors just really push you in more. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Now, do you feel that you're going to continue to be in America like for forever, or are you going to kind of go back and forth, or are you going to relocate?
I'm relocating. As soon as I stabilize my business here in the US, I'm out.
So it's many people, that's been talking about, doing that. Even recently, I just looked at a article right before we're filming with you, and Dave Chappelle was saying that he's about to move to Ghana because he got inspired by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Because he went to Ghana. So what is it that you see about, America that you say, you know what, I kind of got to move around? Because some of our brothers and sisters, I know they're thinking about it. Some of them may think, I don't know what's going to happen over there. How would I transition? But what do you see that's literally the writing on the wall where you say, you know what, I just kind of have to move around?
Our lives are more respected in Africa. Even while I was there, you know how like you could be walking down the street and two people are arguing. I didn't even see nobody arguing while I was there. It just was a different energy experience. I don't know how to describe it, but just how we're being treated here in the U.S. And it doesn't seem like a resolve is in the near future. is enough for me to want to make that move.
Yeah, and as I was on this, expat website, a lot of people was asking questions there about, the continent, because they said they see a lot of dark days coming for America, and they say, listen, I don't want my kids a part of that.
Yeah.
I want to get away from that, because these people are acting so crazy right now because they're losing control. We talking about, this racist system, they're
Yeah.
losing control. So, the way they are, they get more violent and different things and targeting us more than any other group. But that's a beautiful thing that, you actually got to make that connection. How your family felt about, you starting to go to Ghana or even considering, moving over there?
They know I'm a wild child and I kind of do what I want. And so for me, that's the expectation nowadays. They're like, she's going to do what she wants.
Miss Jessica Lewis, could you tell people like how to get to, your website and the services you offer? How can they do that?
Definitely visit jessicamlewis.com. So you find out everything about me and everything that there is about the services we provide.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll put that pinned comment down there like we always do. So you can just scroll down and click her website, and, you can send her a message. She'll respond to you, in a timely manner. If you have some questions about container homes, and definitely look at her, clothing line. It's very pro-Black. I've seen it. And make sure you support our sister in those endeavors, or you need some consultation, reach out to our sister as well. So, Miss Jessica, thank you, for taking time out today to speak to, our audience, and you stay blessed.